Hello, and welcome to the Light Institute Sunday meditation, the meditation at the Sanctuary of Light. For those of you who have never done this with us before, there's a certain way that we do this meditation. We divide it into 3 parts so that we focus on 3 points of reference that helps our meditation be something that nourishes ourselves and also the world. In the first part, we ask our divine higher self. It's the intuitive essence of your soul, your own inner voice, your own wisdom, to take a form so that your consciousness can connect to that. And it doesn't matter what that form is, but any form. And then we ask our higher self to touch our body so that, again, it brings it into this human play, our experience, our incarnation of the soul at this time. And after we do that, I will make a little Om sound, and you can push your button so that you can sit in meditation for as long as you like. And then in the second part, we practice the art of radiance, and that is by reaching up into the cosmos and pulling down a beam of white light down through the top of your head and down into your stomach, into your solar plexus. And from there we radiate that white light out from us. This stretches out our electromagnetic field, our auric field, and it gives us a presence in this world. We need to be visible, we need to be present in our bodies and in our consciousness. And then another Om, so that you can just continually allow that light to flow through you and out from you. And as you extend it out, you could extend it out across the planet and then back up into the sky. And just keep that energy moving through you so that you experience yourself as a being of light. Another Om. And then the third part of the meditation, people send in things that they want for us to focus on. And each week we choose a situation or something so that we are extending our illuminated energy, our meditative consciousness out into the world to be of service, to help. This week it's going to be about the goodness of our heart, and let our hearts be pure. That's a Native American expression that's used in sweat lodges that I have always loved. And may our hearts be pure. And so let us feel that through the purity of our hearts, that we will extend a frequency of light that will help all humans to sense that inside themselves, that their hearts are pure. We also have an expression here in the Southwest that says, if your heart is pure, it will rain. And what that means is that if your intention, if your focus is uncluttered by your needs, or it should be this way, or the judgments, but just letting the energy come to what could open and what would rebalance or create a quickening and evolution, then that will do it. So I know that our hearts are pure. So we will send that out to the rest of the world so that they feel that inside themselves. If you're ready, close your eyes. Take a deep breath into your nose and exhale through your mouth. That will bring you into a meditative state. And once again, breathe in and exhale slowly. Ask your higher self, the intuitive essence of your soul, your own inner voice, to take a form for you. It could be a being, a light, a tree, an animal, an equation. It doesn't matter the form, but ask it to take that form now. And ask your higher self to touch your body where you hold your divine source, your divine essence. Just imagine that touch anywhere in your body. And now breathe in through that point. Feel that touch activating your divine source, and then draw your higher self in through that point into your body and sit in meditation as your own true self, your higher self. Om. Breathe deeply into your body and reach up with your consciousness up into the cosmos and feel as if you're pulling down a beautiful beam of pure white light. Draw it down through the top of your head into your stomach solar plexus. And from there, this beautiful center of consciousness, radiate that white light out from you. Extend it out, stretching your field out into the world and up back into the cosmos, in through the sky. And continue to draw that light down and extend it out. You can do it with your breath. And just focus your consciousness on receiving the brilliant white light and extending it out. Om. Take a deep breath into your body. And bring all of humanity into your mind's eye. And ask humanity what frequency of light they need from you to experience the purity of their hearts. That all of us have that point of reference of a pure heart. And we want to bring it into play in our lives and our experiences at this moment on this planet. So just see the color, or hear the color, or feel the color that humanity asks from you and your pure heart, so that they can experience their pure hearts. And may their hearts be pure. Whatever color comes to you, again, reach up into the cosmos and draw down that frequency of light, exactly that color, down through the top of your head into your solar plexus, stomach, and laser it out to all of humanity. And just imagine that this beam of this brilliant light that they have chosen, that will activate for them the purity of their hearts, so that they can experience that, experience themselves with a pure heart. Just keep that coming down through the cosmos and radiating out through you to humanity until you feel a shift. Maybe you experience them smiling or lighting up, or you feel that heart area opens. Breathe deeply into your body. And open your eyes. And as you open your eyes, know that our hearts are pure. And having a pure heart helps us to live in a way that expresses that purity of heart within ourselves and everyone and everything around us. Thank you for joining that part of the meditation. The second part of our meditation is called knowings. And in knowings, people send questions from around the world, so that as we explore those themes, it uplifts ourselves, it illuminates us, and everyone who is participating in this meditation. So Allison will tell us the questions that have come for us today. Allison?
The first question is from England. Dearest Chris, I have been desperately short of money for the past 20 years, barely getting by. I work on my self-esteem and asking for money in my work, and every day pray and meditate and bring light to my money karma and my money blocks and fears, but nothing shifts in the outer reality. Could you please bring some light to my situation? Thank you, beloved Chris.
Oh, I love this question because your question is going to be echoed around the world at this time. And there are 2 points that I would bring to that. First of all, when you're meditating on what's blocking it and why isn't it there and why doesn't it come to you, those kinds of thought forms or feelings are themselves that which is blocking the money. What you want to do is to recognize, as I'm sure you do in your mind, that money is just, it's an energy. It's just a vehicle that we use to express ourselves or to feel our value or to feel that we're safe in the world or whatever that is. But it's really about the hologram of abundance. If you took your consciousness away from what I don't have and put your consciousness on what I do have, then you could see that money's just part of that. And by putting your attention someplace else that is abundant, it will activate that corner of financial, that particular kind of abundance. In healing, we very often, if you have a hurt someplace, we go to a distal place. We go to a different place in your body. We move the consciousness off that so that there's a flow of energy that goes through us, and that's what creates the healing. The same is true about abundance. So let's just take a moment here and do a quick exercise in consciousness so that you can ask your body, your higher self, your own inner voice, to show you all the ways that you are actually abundant right now. It may be that you have good health. It may be that you have love, that you have friendship, that you have wisdom, whatever, that you have beauty or creativity, intelligence, whatever it is that you are abundant in now will support you in all octaves. So close your eyes, take a deep breath into your body, and ask your body, your higher self, your inner child, to show you all the kinds of abundance that you have at this moment. Maybe the beauty around you. Just see what comes in and let as many points of references of abundance come in as possible at this moment. And feel as if each one that you recognize as a point of abundance, that you are placing in kind of an abundant sack so that you really are holding these things, this fabulous array of abundance that belongs to you now. Do it now. And as you recognize, as you're being shown all of these kinds of abundance, just breathe into your body and imagine that you're taking that sack of abundance into your body. Notice where it comes in. And then feel that all these kinds of abundances are flowing through your body, relaxing your cells, making them giggle, expanding the energy, moving the energetic flow in your body, relaxing you. There's so much. There's so much. So let your body be nourished by all of these points of abundance that have come to you. That's it. And open your eyes. This is a good exercise in consciousness to repeat when you go to bed at night. Another way that you can do that is take a little glass of water at night, put your hand over it, and imagine great abundance. Again, it doesn't have to be through money, but you can throw the money in there, but mix it up with beauty or happiness or other kinds of abundance. And then drink half of that water down when you go to bed and half of that water when you get up. And that will begin to instill this power of magnetism that will amplify all the kinds of abundance that you have. The second part of shifting these energies are that the giver has the power. So you've been trying to get it to you, and you've forgotten that you could be the source of abundance. So my higher self says, whatever you want, give that. And so I would recommend that you give it. With my divinity school students, when we were discussing and working on this particular theme, I would have them go out in public and at a store or at a park, just drop money on the ground and free it. You could give it to someone, but give away. Give that which you want away. Because you can only give money away when you have that sense of abundance. And so that is teaching your body and your consciousness. You are now holding an energetic truth. I am abundant. I can throw this money away and give it to someone else. One of the things that I love that my higher self has taught me is, when you have to pay your bills and you're kind of squeezing, how will I do it? Remember that when you pay a bill, you are giving abundance to others. You are helping all those people that work at that company that takes the money in, whether it's your electric company or whatever it is. But you are then exuding abundance into the world. And it feels very loving and strong to be able to do that. So shift the direction of energy. Whatever you want, give that, and amplify your sense of abundance, and let go of where is it. You're not about your money. You're not about your money. It's not the purpose that you're here. And so when you know that you're safe in so many ways with so much abundance, then when you're not thinking about it, that's when it can come to you. Because in fact, you are the source of all of your abundance. Cosmic giggle to you. Alison, the second question.
The second question also comes from England.
Hello, England.
Dear Chris, greetings from the south coast of England. I would appreciate hearing from you concerning those that experience anguish, alarm, and stressful situation of hearing voices from other dimensions that can at times feel and sound too near to the body. There doesn't seem to be much information to be found. Sending blessings to you all at the Light Institute. Many thanks, great love, and light.
Well, it is scary to hear voices. And the first thing that I would say is that this is a gift to you that's come from other incarnations of the soul, and maybe you were a channel, or you had this sense of... children today have this all the time. They hear the voices of flowers or birds or rocks. It's an opening through the threshold into the astral dimension. And this can be wonderful once you harnessed it, rather than it just impinging upon you. Now, of course, I don't know from what you said if those voices are telling you anything, or you're just hearing chatter. Because it's very important to know if they're trying to tell you something. That gives you a moment of choice. Again, if you've developed this skill, this gift from other lifetimes, it may be something that you can share with other people, that you hear some wisdom, some loving energy that's coming from another dimension, and you're willing to do that. But you do have that choice because you have done it before. So you could absolutely ask your higher self, whenever you hear a voice, to say, higher self, shall I listen? Or shall I bring into my focus this sound, whether it's one voice or many voices chattering or trying to break through to you? You can ask your higher self, shall I listen? Yes or no? You can even do this by testing it with your body. Shall I listen? If it breaks apart, that's no. If it holds, then yes. And see what it is. But again, it's your choice. You could say, no, I'm not going to listen. And so then you begin to shift away. But you know that those voices are coming from another dimension. They're coming from a source of consciousness. And that source may be trapped in the astral. They may be people that you've known from other lifetimes, or people who want to speak through you to other people. And so you want to use your intelligence and your spiritual wisdom to decide when and how you're going to, if not, or if you're going to do it at all. But if you want to release them, you just imagine them in your mind's eye and say, you're caught. Go more into the light. Go on. Go home. Go home to those that love you. And then ask them what frequency of light, what color they need to go more into the light. And then draw that color from the cosmos down to the top of your head and laser it out to those voices and let them be released. If those voices are negative, then you definitely want to get through them. Again, we live in simultaneous space with the astral dimension. And that includes heaven, and it includes the darker, slower, negative vibrations or possessive vibrations. So all you have to do is decipher what they are for yourself, and then choose. You can send them away. And one of the ways that you can do that also is by, as we were doing through our meditation just now, drawing the white light from the cosmos down through the top of your head and lasering it out from you. Because cosmic law of energy says that whatever is your frequency that's radiating through your body out into your auric field is astral. Whatever frequency that is, energies have to be the same of that, the same kind of frequency or higher to get in. And so if you have lower energies coming in, then you need to quicken your frequency, move more into the light, and that goes away. If it's something that can inspire you or focus, then you can decide, do I want to use this? I've worked with some of the best channels around the planet. And one of the things that was interesting to me is that very, very often the voices that are coming through, the spirits that are coming through, are actually themselves from other embodiments, incarnations of the soul. So it's a long conversation, but the short of it is, don't be afraid of it. Choose if it's something that you want to hear, and always by asking your higher self to be present with you, that's what will help you. Don't be afraid. But again, we don't need to fill our minds with just human chatter that's going on from another dimension. They need to stay in their dimension or go into a higher dimension, a higher frequency, because we have too much chatter as it is from this dimension. Unless, again, it's something that serves you, and you make that choice, and you can, and your higher self will guide you. Blessings to you. Allison, is there more?
The last question is from Minnesota in the U.S.A. Dear Chris, will you please talk about the meridians of the body, what they are, and if it's helpful to stimulate them?
Oh, yes. The Chinese, in fact, most of the Asian cultures have some repertoire of this, where it came from first, could be discussed. But the Japanese, the Chinese, the Koreans, almost all of Indians, all of the Asian cultures have been using this awareness, this cosmic truth, for thousands of years. What they're saying is that the Chinese discovered thousands and thousands of years ago, because they never cut into the body as we do in Western medicine, but they knew that there was something in the body, and they called it qi, or life force energy. And so they discovered that life force energy moves in perfect channels, and that there are many of these channels, and as these channels converge on each other, they touch each other, they're like a matrix. We think of the ley lines of the earth, constellations in the sky. There's this interweaving connection of them, but they have their own channels, and through those channels, certain kinds of qi, certain kinds of energy that stimulate our organs, that stimulate our bodies, are present there. it's very important to recognize that, for example, you might have the heart channel. You can touch that heart channel by wiggling your little finger back and forth, and that will stimulate that meridian. Or your third finger, which is the emotional heart, you can stimulate either of those two, and that will activate that heart meridian, the pericardium or the heart itself. But it doesn't mean that it's only the organ. So you may have the gallbladder meridian that runs along the side, but you may have had your gallbladder out. But the gift of stimulating your gallbladder meridian is that it will take over the energetic exchange or the qualities or the needs of that gallbladder and balance them. The gallbladder, for example, in Chinese medicine is referred to as the official in charge of decisions. So if you've had your gallbladder out, on a spiritual perspective, you might think maybe at the time that it stopped functioning, it wasn't just the fats that you ate or the diet, but also the stimulus, the overstimulus of how can I make decisions? What's the right way to live? What's the right way to go? All of that chatter and anxiety stimulated that imbalance in your gallbladder meridian, and therefore, ultimately, the gallbladder itself. But so they relate to our organs, but they relate to them on an energetic level. And that's very important. And so, yes, you want to stimulate your meridian system in your body, because what we know is that it's all about the energy. If a meridian is blocked and it's not functioning, you are likely to come across an imbalance or even a disease in your body that relates to that meridian, because it's a blockage of energy. And so we know that all diseases, and certainly all pain, is related to the blockage of energy. When the energy flows, the pain goes away. That's why acupuncture and acupressure have been so successful in imbalances or diseases, because they simply open the flow of energy in your body so that you can be your true potential body, your healthy and happy self. So explore for yourself how to do it. I showed you two little simple examples right there. There are very many. But even meditating on asking your body where any of your meridians are blocked. You don't even have to know the name of them. But where is an meridian blocked? And just imagine it, and then ask it what frequency of light it needs to open and to flow. You are the one who heals and controls the well-being and the happiness and the source of how you live in your body. Great love to each and all of you.